Have you ever felt left out in a conversation because you couldn't speak English? Have you ever watched someone talk fluently and thought, I wish I could do that? What if I told you that learning to speak English could open doors to endless possibilities? Doors you might not even know existed, but are waiting for you to step through them. Imagine the moment when you say something in perfect English and everyone around you looks at you with admiration. That feeling, my friend, is not far away from you. You can achieve it, and today I'm going to tell you how. Let me take you to a time when I was just like you. It was a bright morning, and I was sitting in a crowded cafe, trying to eavesdrop on a group of tourists speaking in perfect English. They were laughing, talking about places they had been, and I could barely understand half of what they said. I tried to speak to the waiter in English, but the words wouldn't come out as smoothly as I wanted. My heart raced and I felt embarrassed. Have you ever been in that moment where you feel the words stuck in your throat and you wish you could speak confidently? But here's the thing, learning to speak English is not just about memorizing words or phrases. It's about connecting with people, expressing your ideas clearly, and feeling confident in yourself. English isn't just a language, it's a bridge. A bridge that takes you to new places, introduces you to new cultures, and even opens up better career opportunities. Now, you might be wondering, how can I become fluent? How can I speak confidently well? My friend, let me tell you that it's not as hard as it seems, and I'm going to take you step by step on this exciting journey. The first thing you need to know is that English, like any language, is learned through practice, patience, and perseverance. It's not something that happens overnight. But the good news is, every time you speak, every time you try, you're getting closer to fluency. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you might stumble, fall, and get frustrated, but as you keep trying, one day, you'll find yourself riding smoothly without even thinking about it. So, how do you begin? You start small. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. In fact, mistakes are your best friends. They teach you more than anything else. I remember when I first started learning English, I would speak to myself in the mirror, repeating phrases, words, and sentences over and over again. It felt strange at first, but little by little, I became more comfortable. You can do this too. Practice is key. Next, immerse yourself in the language. Surround yourself with English. Listen to music, watch movies or shows, and read books in English. At first, it may be difficult to understand, but that's okay. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar it will become. It's like building a house. You need a strong foundation to make it stand tall. English works the same way. The more you immerse yourself, the stronger your language skills will grow. But here's a secret that many people don't tell you: vocabulary is important, but fluency isn't just about knowing a lot of words. It's about knowing how to use those words in the right way. One of the best tips I can give you is to focus on learning phrases, not just individual words. Phrases help you sound more natural when speaking. For example, instead of just memorizing the word happy, learn phrases like "I feel happy" or "that makes me happy." This will help you speak more fluidly and with more confidence. Now, let's talk about confidence. This is the key ingredient to speaking English fluently. You could know 1,000 words, but if you don't believe in yourself, it will be hard to speak them. The trick to building confidence is to take every opportunity to speak. Speak to your friends, your family, or even strangers. The more you speak, the more you'll realize that it's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect, and everyone is learning. I remember the first time I spoke to a native English speaker. My heart was racing, and I could feel my hands sweating. But once I started speaking, I realized they were just human, like me. They were kind, and they understood that I was learning. That moment was the turning point for me. It gave me the courage to speak without fear. One of the most exciting parts of learning English is when you realize that you can understand more than you ever thought possible. You can watch a movie without subtitles, read a book without checking a dictionary every few minutes, and join conversations that you once thought were beyond your reach. That moment when the words start to flow and you no longer struggle for every sentence, that's when you know you're on the right path. And here's a secret I've learned: it's okay to have bad days. Some days you might feel like you're not improving, like you're stuck. But that's normal. The road to fluency is full of ups and downs. The key is to keep going. Even on the days when you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started this journey. The dream of speaking fluently is worth every bit of effort you put in. In fact, I believe learning English is a lifelong adventure. Even once you become fluent, there's always something new to learn. English is constantly evolving, and with it, you'll keep growing. This isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to discover, how much more there is to connect with others. You'll find that your world expands and your confidence soars to new heights. Now, let me tell you about something that changed the way I viewed learning English. There was a moment during a trip to another country where I had to rely on my English to communicate. I was lost, and I had to ask for directions. My heart was pounding, but as I approached a stranger, I said the first sentence that came to mind: "Excuse me, can you help me?" The person smiled, and in perfect English, they gave me directions. It was such a small interaction, but it made me realize something powerful: language is not just about speaking. It's about connecting with people, sharing experiences, and opening up a world of opportunities. So, I want to challenge you today. If you've ever felt frustrated or discouraged while learning English, I want you to know that you're not alone. Keep going. The journey you're on is one that will reward you with experiences, friendships, and opportunities that you never imagined. The key to speaking English fluently is not just practice, it's perseverance. It's the willingness to push through the tough days and celebrate the small victories. And believe me, every step forward is a victory. As you continue on this journey, always remember that you are capable. You are smart. You have the potential to learn, to grow, and to succeed. English is not just a language, it's a tool that will help you unlock your dreams. Whether you want to travel the world, advance in your career, or simply connect with new people, learning English will take you there. Let's dive deeper into the step-by-step process that will help you master English speaking, guiding you through each phase with actionable, simple tips. These steps are not just tricks, they are keys to unlocking your full potential in the language. Trust me, by following these tips, you'll feel a noticeable difference in your speaking skills. Step 1. Build a solid foundation with vocabulary and basic grammar. Before you run, you must learn to walk. The first step in learning any language is building a solid foundation. You need to start with the basics, learn essential vocabulary and grammar. But don't get too caught up in memorizing long lists of words. Focus on practical vocabulary that you will use every day. Start by learning greetings, common phrases, and everyday expressions. For example, hello, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? I'm doing well. Thank you. These basic phrases will help you start simple conversations right away. In addition to vocabulary, understanding basic grammar is key. You don't need to be perfect, but knowing how sentences are structured will make your speech sound more natural. Focus on understanding the simple present tense, past tense, and future tense first. For example, I eat breakfast every morning, simple present. I ate breakfast yesterday, simple past. I will eat breakfast tomorrow, future tense. Once you have a good grip on the basics, you'll be able to start putting sentences together with confidence. Step 2. Practice speaking every day. If you want to become fluent in English, the most important thing is to practice speaking every day. It's the most effective way to improve your skills. And here's the secret: you don't need a conversation partner to practice. You can speak to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and practice speaking in English. Tell a story about your day, explain what you're doing, or describe something around you. This may feel awkward at first, but trust me, it works wonders. It's like building muscle in the gym. The more you practice, the stronger you get. Another tip is to record yourself speaking. You can use your phone or any recording device to record short conversations or monologues. Then, listen to the recordings. This will help you identify areas where you need improvement, like pronunciation or grammar mistakes. You'll be surprised by how much you can improve just by listening to your own voice. Step 3. Learn English through movies, music, and podcasts. One of the best ways to learn English is through immersion. And no, you don't have to travel to an English-speaking country to do it. You can start by watching movies, listening to music, and tuning into podcasts in English. Choose movies or TV shows that you enjoy and watch them with English subtitles. Start with easier content like animated movies or shows for children. These often use simpler vocabulary and are great for beginners. Over time, challenge yourself with more complex films or documentaries. Music is another fun way to learn. Pick songs that you love and listen to the lyrics carefully. Try to understand the meaning behind the words and sing along. The rhythm and repetition will help you memorize new vocabulary in a fun, relaxed way. Podcasts are also a great tool. Find podcasts that are aimed at English learners, or podcasts on topics that interest you. This way, you can listen while you're on the go, whether you're walking, cooking, or commuting. Listening to English in different contexts will expose you to various accents, speaking styles, and vocabulary. Step 4. Focus on pronunciation and intonation. One of the biggest challenges learners face when speaking English is pronunciation. English pronunciation can be tricky because many words don't sound the way they're spelled. But with practice, you'll get the hang of it. A great way to improve pronunciation is by imitating native speakers. Find videos, speeches, or interviews by native speakers and try to mimic their pronunciation. Pay attention to how they stress certain syllables and how they use intonation, the rise and fall of their voice as they speak. If you're unsure of how to pronounce a word, use online dictionaries that have audio examples. Websites like forvo.com let you hear how native speakers pronounce words. Listen carefully and repeat after them. Remember that pronunciation is not about perfection, it's about being understood. So, focus on improving your clarity, and with time, your confidence will grow.